Hiya, I've just noticed that my poor lily plant is looking rather droopy or flaccid, which is the word that we use in biology to describe something that is kind of floppy. So this poor lily plant is looking a bit flaccid because I have been a bit neglectful and not given it enough water. So I thought this was a good opportunity really to show you something that we probably see every day but maybe never really think about what actually happens to a plant when we give it water. So I'm going to give this lily plant some water, much needed water I'm afraid, and what I'll do then is set a time-lapse video. I'll just give it some water here, watering its roots, there we go, and then I will set a time-lapse video going so that you can hopefully see what happens to it as it changes and absorbs as it absorbs the water. So right now the water is seeping into the soil, it's going up against the roots of the plant. Any of those root hair cells that grow on the edges of the roots of the plant with their large surface area that extend into the soil will be absorbing water through the process of osmosis. And water moves by osmosis passively without any extra energy being put into it. It moves down the water concentration gradient from a higher water potential to a lower water potential. That means that the water is going to move from where there's lots of it that can move freely in the soil across the membrane of the root hair cells to where the water is less able to move freely inside the root. So the water will move by osmosis into the root, and then it will move up the plant through the roots, up through the xylem, into the plant leaves, into the cells of the plant, all by osmosis, and there in the plant cells it will move into the vacuole inside each of those plant cells, and that will fill with water. The vacuole fills with water and then pushes against the side of each of those cell walls, and it's the cell wall that stops it from bursting altogether. But because the cell wall is there, it can't burst, and so the vacuole fills with water by osmosis, pushing those cells outwards, making them not flaccid any longer, but now turgid, the word we use for firm. So those plant cells become turgid. That means that the whole plant should start to stand up more straightly, become more firm or turgid, and so look a bit less droopy or flaccid. So I'll set the time lapse now, and hopefully you'll be able to see what happens as the water moves from the soil into the roots, up through the stems, into the leaves, into those cells, and fills the vacuoles by the process of osmosis. Okay, here we go. And so there we are. I left that to video on time-lapse for about an hour and a half. I know it wasn't a huge, dramatic, sudden thing, but plants move slowly. And I hope you were able to see that lifting effect as the water moved in by osmosis from the soil to the roots, into the root hair cells, up through the xylem, into the leaves, the vacuoles, and made it more turgid, pressing out against the cell walls there. Right, hope you enjoyed that, and I'm sure it'll carry on lifting now. It's still absorbing, but we're tiptoeing around a time-lapse camera here and I need to get the dinner on. So anyway, I will see you again soon. Take care. Thank you.